I've always been hyperactive, and music is a way for me to control this hyperactivity. I always have like hundreds of ideas bubbling into my brain, and one way to evacuate all this, because it can get quite stressful, is just to sit at my desk and start jamming and making music. Then I forget everything and it just calms me down. I started producing techno about 6 or 7 years ago. By the time I thought this music was the most interesting in terms of production, in terms of soundscapes. So started making a couple of tracks with a friend of mine, and we ended up sending those tracks to different labels, and we got an immediate answer from Scriptum in Paris. It's Electric Rescue's label, and he liked our music, so we started working with him. At this time, the most inspiring artist for me was clearly the Delta. Their album Minuteman, it was out in 2008, I think, or 2007, something like that. Really big, powerful techno with a lot of distortion, raw sounds, and I was really hoping to get this kind of sound. During the years, my sound evolved from something, I would say, more raw and maybe a little melodic to something really more deep and with an emphasis on the textures and the soundscapes, really something more mental. The good thing you have with external gear versus plugin is the human-machine interface. You really get into the sound by you touch the music, you use your hands to make the music, and not just the mouse and click and point. I think that's, at least for me, it's the way I get most creative, just jamming around and trying different stuff on the machines. Usually to start a track, I'll start jamming on my machines, and once I get this one particular pattern I really like, I'm gonna record this pattern and put it in between and start trying to build the track out of it. Scriptum over the years evolved from just a couple of friends to some sort of a family. There's a really deep team spirit in this label. All the artists support each other, and we share our music together, and we get feedback on our music from each other. It's really important to get something, almost like a teamwork, to get some feedback on your music. I think it's really important. And Antoine, the boss label, is also throwing showcase regularly for Scriptum once per month at the Rex Club. That's where I got to play my first live set, and it was really, really interesting. The other label with whom I'm really close is Children of Tomorrow, the London-based label from Arnaud Le Texier. In terms of sound, in terms of musical direction, it's the one with whom I feel the closest. We really share the same view on the music and on the different releases. My first live set at Rex Club was a really amazing experience, because Rex Club is such a mythical club to play in, because over the year it has been running for more than 25 years, and over the years it has seen all the legendary artists of techno playing over there. So it's really strong to play there and feel the same thing as those people have felt maybe 10 or 20 or 25 years ago. The second time I played my live set was this summer. I played at Hidi Club in Georgia, and it was an astonishing experience because the club itself is amazing. It's this huge concrete room, all with almost no lights, like really dark and massive sound system, and has some sort of oppression feeling where you get overwhelmed by the sound and when you get crushed by the sound, and the only thing that matters in the final is the sound. So that was really the first aspect that blew my mind, was the sound and the club itself. And the other aspect, which I found really interesting over there, was the spirit around the music, and the feeling that it was something more political than just amusement, than just fun. Something maybe we lost in France or in other parts of Europe. Well, techno now is mostly mainstream and everybody listens to techno, and it's not a political combat to listen to techno, but over there in Georgia it's something more political, and young people listen to techno as an act of rebellion against the system. Is something I think we lost in our culture, in our society.